I mentioned my mother was one of 15 children, and my grandmother lived about in our neighborhood, about 6, 7 blocks away. And I was probably about 7, 8 years old at the time. And on her street, there was a person that survived the Holocaust. We called him Rabbi, but I'm not sure if he was a rabbi, but he was definitely a Hebrew or Jewish educator in Europe. And he was married and he had 3 children. He was a superintendent of a building, and my grandmother said, you know, he has to earn a living, he has 3 children to support, and he has a wife. She said to my mother, you have to, he had like a 1-room classroom in a private. She said, you must send me there because he's got to earn a living. And of course, you paid to go. So I was in his first class. He was not, and my grandmother said, you also have to send all of my friends there. I should tell you, the Ben Hilla was the name of the teacher. Rabbi, we used to call him Rabbi Ben Hilla. He was used to Europe. He was not used to kids playing stickball or jumping rope or playing basketball or schoolyard football. He was used to hitting, so he had a ruler, and if someone behaved, he wouldn't hesitate to hit people with a ruler. He even had a stick, like a broomstick. And my mother, the first day of class, said, look, I don't ever want you touching him. If he misbehaves, you tell me about it, but I don't want him being hit. Because, you know, he didn't think anything of that. So it was a different form of education. And he had trouble, he wasn't used to the American culture of kids playing sports and stuff, because what he was exposed to in Europe was a totally different culture. I do remember that most of it was in Yiddish. He might have spoken some English, but the main reason that I was sent there, I don't think my grandmother focused on being a teacher. I think she felt that was that important. What was important to her is that there were 3 children that he had to support, and his wife. Somebody had to earn a living to feed these kids. So she looked upon it more from that perspective than is he a good educator. I don't think she dwelt on that at all. I don't think that was important to her.